Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Matt LaBranch, and I'm the Director of Athletics here at Western New England University, and I'm here to welcome you to our virtual Prospect Day, our first annual, and one that we hope does not become a regular habit. We are truly honored, and on behalf of the entire department, I want to say that we are truly honored that close to 600 prospective student athletes are taking their time today to learn more about Western New England University and what we can do for you in our athletic department and in our academic programs. We have a very informative program set up for you today. You're going to have an opportunity, obviously, to connect with the head coach of the particular sport that you're interested in. But you're also going to have an opportunity to learn in depth our admissions process, get a chance to see campus and hear some really informative testimonials from faculty members, student athletes, and alums alike. So we're very excited that you've taken the time to spend some time this afternoon with us, and we know that you're going to have a tremendous experience. The other part of me welcoming you to the day is to take this time to share with you what our overarching philosophy is here at Western New England and in our athletic program. It's a philosophy that we refer to as the WNE way. Here at Western New England and in the Golden Bear athletic family, we are about comprehensive excellence. We are about athletics as a co-curricular experience, and we strive to put student athletes first, to offer a leading edge experience and to contribute to their overall development during their 4 years at Western New England. There are three important aspects to the Western New England way that I'd like to take a minute to outline for you. First, we'll talk about excellence in competition, on the field, in the classroom, on the ice, on the mat, in your chosen sport. Being good is important to us. And over the last 10 years, over 20 of our teams have won conference championships and moved on to the NCAA tournament. Just last year, we had wrestling program produce our first individual national champion, which we are extremely proud of. In more recent history as well, from a team perspective, we can speak to the ongoing success of the football program as they have won 5 consecutive conference championships. In the spring, our men's lacrosse program are reigning and back-to-back conference champions. And this past winter, our women's basketball team qualified for their second consecutive NCAA tournament. As I've said, being good is important to us, and we're looking for student athletes that want to be part of an experience where they get to test themselves against the best competition and compete at an extremely high level. We believe that's an important part of the process. The second aspect I'd like to mention is, of course, your academic development. And as I mentioned previously, we very much want to be part of your overall development over the 4 years. Just recently, we inducted 40 of our student athletes into Chi Alpha Sigma, a college student athlete honor society that honors juniors and seniors with a GPA over 3.4, excuse me. So we have a high number of outstanding student athletes populating our teams on a daily basis who are engaged in meaningful internships and challenged in meaningful academic programs and are moving on to jobs upon graduation at an extremely high rate. And you're going to learn more about those things as the day progresses. Finally, here at Western New England, we believe in comprehensive excellence as it relates to leadership and giving our student athletes an opportunity to develop as leaders. In that area, we believe service learning is a critical part of a student athlete's experience day to day and throughout their time here. And all of our student athletes engage in service learning on an annual basis. In addition to the work that they do within their programs and with their coaches, we have specific department initiatives that allow for student athletes to develop special leadership skills that will enhance their skill set moving forward into the quote unquote real world upon graduation. Whether it's through Student Athlete Advisory Committee or whether it's through Captain's Council or whether they become life skills mentors where upperclassmen, student athletes serve in roles to mentor and assimilate first-year student athletes into the Golden Bear family. There's a lot of exciting things going on in our athletic department, and hopefully I've just given you the tip of the iceberg in terms of what you're about to hear the rest of the day and the rest of the information and the people that will engage with you for the rest of this program. So again, I welcome you. I say thanks on behalf of the entire department that you're taking the time to investigate what it means to have a degree from Western New England University and participate as a Golden Bear. I hope you enjoy the rest of the day. And as we launch the rest of the program, we're going to begin with providing you an opportunity to see some of our Golden Bears in action.
Diving in.
Well, this is exciting. A new sports team is coming to Western New England University.
The school is introducing a women's ice hockey team to debut in 2020.
Commonwealth Coast Conference champions, the Western New England Golden Bears. Comes right here. One, two. Down to three.
Hi, everyone. My name is David Pruitt. I'm the Assistant Director of Athletics here at Western New England University, and I'll be with you through this portion of the day. As you hear from admissions faculty and student athlete alums over the next 45 minutes, we hope to answer a lot of the questions that you provided on your registrations. But if any questions come up, please put them in the chat and we'll answer as many as we can. Remember, you'll have the opportunity to ask sports-specific questions to the coaches and student athletes in your sports-specific breakout sessions. Now, I'd like to introduce our Director of Outreach and Recruitment for Enrollment Management, Chris Weistepek.
Thank you, Dave. And first of all, I want to thank everyone that's joining us here today. Before we get started on the admissions process, I do want to tell you a little bit about Western New England and what makes us so special. Here at the university, we have 5 different colleges that make up the university. We have a College of Arts and Science, we have a College of Business, College of Engineering, College of Pharmacy and Health Sciences, and a School of Law. Now, just at the undergraduate level, we have over 50 academic programs that you can choose from. Now, with the university itself, we're one of the very few schools in the US, a handful of schools in the US, that has less than 5,000 students in the top accreditations in most of our programs. Now, this is going to show you quality. And it not only shows when you first start at Western New England, but when you graduate. With the 96% job placement rate, Zippa ranked us as #1 in Massachusetts and #5 in the nation as far as job preparedness and job placement. So it just goes to show you that what you're going to take inside the classroom is really going to go far in your college career and then your future success after being a Golden Bear. Now, a couple of statistics I want to throw at you. We have about 2,600 full-time undergraduates. If you count our part-time and our graduate programs, we have about 3,800 students total. You're looking at an average classroom size about 18. Now, as a freshman, you may get the occasional 30, 35. Those are basically the core classes that you need to take here at the university. But for the most part, you're not going to get more than 30, 35 students in class because we do pride ourselves on that personalized attention. And what I always tell students is we're not going to tell you about it, we're going to show it to you. And part of that is even the student-faculty ratio that we have. You're looking at a 12-to-1 student-faculty ratio. Now, we do have about 60% of our students that live on campus. We do have housing for all 4 years. All of it's on campus. And one of the other things that we pride ourselves on is the involvement. I know many of you are here sitting right now looking as far as being involved in a sporting activity, but keep in mind there's a lot more to Western New England as far as getting involved in clubs and organizations. I mean, we have over 70 to choose from. There's so much to do on campus, and we're a very active campus, which means if you're the type of student where you're just going to go to class and then you're going to go back to your room and do your homework and that's it, I'm going to tell you that's not the experience we want you to have. We really want to make sure you get involved in all aspects of the university. And it's not so much for the social aspect, it's the networking aspect. And just think about it. If you're an incoming freshman, we really want you to get to know the seniors. We really want you to get to know the juniors. And here's the reason why. Because by the time you're a senior, they're 2-3 years in the workforce. They can help you out. And that's one thing that we see all the time is our alums coming back saying, what can I do to help? Do you have any students that are looking for jobs? So now without further ado, I do want to go a little overview of the admissions process that you're going to see in a little bit. For those that are still considering applying for the fall or those that are going to be applying in the future, please know I am here to help you out. If you have any detailed questions, please use the chat function, and then you'll have my contact information at the end. After the admissions process, we do want to give you a quick walking tour through the campus so you can see what Western New England is all about. So I hope you enjoy the presentation. Hey, everyone. My name is Chris Weistepek. I'm the Director of Outreach and Recruitment for Enrollment Management and Athletic Liaison here at Western New England University. And what I'm going to do for you today is give you a broad overview of the admissions process. So when the time comes for you to submit your application, you have a better idea of what we're going to be looking for. Now, here at the university, we do review everyone holistically. We do take every student on a case-by-case basis. And in the end, our goal is to try to figure out how do we admit you to the university. And this is where we want you to work with us and ask questions during the entire process. Now, we do have two separate processes for admissions. The first one is an early action process. So applications will start being live after August 1st. And the deadline for the early action application is for November 1st. Now, it's not binding. So once we have your application by November 1st, we're going to start releasing decisions by November 15th. And you do not need to let us know whether or not you want to become a Golden Bear until May 1st. Now, if you're really interested in university and you really want to start the process early, I highly recommend to do an early action process. Like I said, it's not binding, so you're not held to it. But if you're not ready to start the process, then we do have a rolling admissions process, which you can we start releasing those decisions after November 15th on a rolling basis, which means once we have all your materials, if everything looks good, then on average within 2 to 3 weeks, you're going to hear back with the decision. Same thing with early action. You don't need to let us know until May 1st. Most importantly, though, is once you submit that application, you will get an email confirmation that we received it. But also within that confirmation email, you're going to get your application status page information, which is where you can actually log in, find out what materials were missing. Not only that, can you pull up your acceptance letter, but you can also make your tuition deposit through this application status page. Now, in order for us to start the process, there's a few things we need to see from you. First is the actual application. We are on the common application, and we do have our own application as well. We do not have a preference of which one you use. I look at it this way: if you're interested, as long as I see something, I don't care which way you go. Now, regardless of which application you use, there is a $40 application fee. However, there are ways to get it waived. One good example is if you know someone that graduated from the university. But as our guest today here at the Prospect Day, you can actually use the code, what we call WNE VIP. All right. So you will get the question on the application, whether it's the Common App or our application, that states, do you plan on using one of these institutional specific fee waivers? There'll be a drop-down menu, and that's where you're going to find WNE VIP. That will take care of the application fee for you. All right. So that's the first of 4 things we need. Next is the transcript. Now, the transcript is the most important part of the whole process. We'll need freshman year all the way to junior year. If we need senior year grades or additional information, this is where you can check your application status page to find out if there's any additional information that we're waiting on. The average GPA range is anywhere from a 3.5 to a 4.0. Our more selective programs will be a little bit on the higher scale. Keep in mind, we do recalculate your GPA, so there's only certain courses that we look for, which I'll go over in a little bit what that will be. Next, we actually need to see your standardized test scores. However, we are a test optional institution, which means we can review your application without SAT or ACT scores. Now, I do know there's some students that are sitting down like, well, how do I know whether or not I should go test optional? The easiest way, give me a call, work with your coaches, they will talk to me, and we can guide you as far as what's going to be the best path for you. We do recognize that some students do not test well, and some do. So this is where we can help you out. Now, with the SATs or ACTs, if you do decide to submit your SATs or ACT scores, the average SAT score, you're looking anywhere from 1160 to a 1210. Same thing, depending on which program you're applying for. The most selective ones will be a little bit on the higher end. Average ACT score is a 25 to a 27. If you take the SATs more than once, we do count the highest evidence-based reading and writing and math score. If you take the ACTs more than once, we do super score, where we take the highest of 4 sections. For both standardized tests, we do not require the writing section. And also, instead of paying College Board, if you would like, you can actually download the score report from either College Board or ACT's website, and you can submit that as your official scores to us. We do take self-reported SAT scores off the application, but keep in mind, we will need you to confirm those later on. So we will be asking for the SATs or ACTs if you decide to submit them. Also, I know when students are deciding whether or not to go test optional, please do not look at it as a negative. Some students look at it as if you go test optional, you're going to be less likely to be admitted, and that is not the case. So trust me, if you really want to work with us, ask questions, and find out whether or not you should go test optional, please let us know. The only 2 programs right now you are unable to go test optional is pre-physician assistant and pre-optometry. But all our other programs, from the College of Arts and Science, the College of Engineering, the College of Business, and our pre-pharmacy program, are all test optional. All right. The last part that we need to see is your essay. Now, the essay is topic of your choice, and we bring the essay more into play to help enhance your application, not to hurt you. But in the end, we really want you to use your essay to explain more about you, who you are, and why you're going to be successful at the university. 500 to 600 words is max is usually preferred. I've had students who wrote 3-4 pages single space. It's a little excessive. You do not need to do that, but it's just basically get to the point and tell us about you. All right. You do see on the slide here letters of recommendations. Letters of recommendations are optional here at the university. However, if you feel like it's going to help your application, we do encourage it. Any recommendation letters that are submitted will be taken in consideration. You will not be penalized, though, if you do not submit a letter of recommendation. On average, 2 or 3 is usually about the amount that we see. The most I've ever received was 8. I'm going to be completely honest with you. I stop at 3. All right, so 2 or 3 is usually a good amount. Also keep in mind, if that's the only piece of material that we're missing, it will not hold up your application. We will start the review process, but if it turns out that we do need it later on, we will request it. As far as what courses we need to see while you're in high school, this will depend on exactly what college and what major you apply for. So for all of you, you need 4 years of English, can't graduate high school unless you have it. For a lot of our majors, we require for either 1 to 2 years of a science, a lab science. For our STEM programs like the College of Engineering and our science programs, we do require 2 lab sciences. For engineering, it has to be chemistry or physics. For our other programs, it has to be either, you have to have both biology and chemistry. You have to have both. We need 1 year of U.S. history or American history. And then we also need technically 2 to 4 years of a math. For a lot of our more selective programs like pre-pharmacy, the College of Engineering, and most of our science and math majors, we usually like to see at least up to pre-calc. That's with the exception of biology, health studies pre-occupational therapy, computer science, and construction management. Those programs we only require up to Algebra 2 because we do not require you to take calculus in the fall. A lot of those programs you start in pre-calc or a different type of math. For our business majors, we like to see at least 3 years of math up to Algebra 2 with the recommended 4th year. 4th year could be anything. It could be pre-calc, stats, discrete math, finite math. We just usually encourage those students to make sure they have that senior year math. It just helps out your transition into the College of Business a lot better. For our non-math, non-science related majors, we look for admissions purposes, we actually only look for up to geometry because you're not looking at a math-oriented field. However, we do encourage taking more than 2 years if you can. There is a little bit more flexibility as far as the math because it's not going to be as, the parameters are not going to be as high as say for the College of Engineering or pharmacy or business, but we only need up to geometry for admissions. Now, one core class that you do not see there is a language. Even though language is considered a core class and a college prep class that we will factor into the recalculation, we do not have a set amount of years of language you need to take. So whether you have 1 year, 4 years, that's okay. If you're language exempt, you can still be evaluated and be accepted to university without it. Now, I know some of you are probably sitting behind the screen and with a big smile on your face, but like I said, it is still considered college prep, so it is going to be factored into the recalculation of your GPA. Now, the recalculation of your GPA is focused on those 5 major college prep courses where we're going to convert it to our 4.0 scale. Any honors classes, AP, international baccalaureate, and dual enrollment classes, we will give a curve. So we will put extra weight on it. So if you're getting a B in the class, which is a 3.0, to us it will be a 4.0. If you're getting an 85, which is a 3.0, to us it's a 95. So that's a 4.0. And that's for all those rigorous classes that you'll be taking in high school. Scholarships and financial aid, and I know this is where parents are starting to get glued to the screen. We do offer academic merit scholarships that range anywhere from $10,000 to $22,000 per year. Keep in mind, those are for students coming in fall 2020. We will be finalizing the merit scholarship parameters for fall 2021 in August. Those scholarships are renewable for each year as long as students remain in good academic standing, which means you are not failing out. Stay above a 2.0, you'll be able to continue to play, you'll be able to continue going to school and maintain that scholarship. If you fall below a 2.0, you will most likely potentially be academically suspended, not going to be able to play on the athletic team, and your parents are probably going to be really upset at you. So we do offer a first robotics scholarship. So if you were part of First Lego League or First Robotics in high school, you do automatically get a $1,000 scholarship. You just need to make sure you put your team name and team number within the application. We do offer a Women in Business and Women in Engineering scholarship. So all our women that are watching right now, if you're accepted into the College of Business or the College of Engineering, you will receive an additional $5,000 per year on top of the academic merit scholarship that you received that I mentioned earlier. Keep in mind, you get to keep that for all 4 years as long as you remain in good academic standing, as well as staying within that college. So if you start in the College of Business and you move into the College of Arts and Science, unfortunately, that $5,000 will be rescinded. We do offer a leadership grant, which is the only scholarship that we offer that students need to apply for. You will be able to find this application through your status page that I mentioned early on. It usually becomes live about sometime in October, beginning of November, and the deadline for that application is by mid-February, and we notify students whether or not they receive the scholarship beginning of March. It's a $3,000 scholarship that we look at what you've done outside the classroom, so it has nothing to do with academics, nothing to do with athletics. It's focused on your community service, the music, the arts, leadership, and co-curricular activities. Now, with the financial aid too, the only form we need is the FAFSA form. We do not require the CSS profile. You can submit your FAFSA after October 1st, so even before you hear back with the decision of admissions, you can still submit that FAFSA. We start also notifying students who have already been accepted to the university who has a complete FAFSA sometime around mid-December is when we start notifying students. Now, also keep in mind, we look at prior years data, which means if you're fall 2021, we're going to be looking at 2019 taxes. If you have any specific questions about financial aid, we can definitely take it later on in the day, or I'll have my contact information at the end. You can always email me, or feel free to contact our financial aid office. They're very personable, they very transparent, and they can help you out with a lot of specific questions that you may have. We pride ourselves on the personal attention. As you can see, I'm very transparent, and the reason why, because I really want to make sure this is stress-free. You can work with your coaches if you have any certain questions. I work very close with our athletic coaches at the university. So please feel free to reach out to them. At the end of your junior year, you can request a pre-read to be completed. So if you have your transcript and your test scores, we can definitely let you know where you stand or what you need to do in order to be admitted and how much merit money. That's part of taking the stress out. So call us, email us, call me, you can email me, whatever we can do to help you out. I do want to thank you for your time. I really, truly hope that you enjoy the rest of the day. Here's my contact information. The phone number, this 1794 is my direct line, but feel free to also contact our main office line and our main email address, where we do have other counselors available that can assist you. Truly hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I look forward to working with all of you as part of the process.
Welcome back. I hope you learned a lot about the admissions process and enjoyed seeing our athletics facilities and parts of campus. Now, this by no means is intended to replace a campus visit. We'd love to have you all come to campus as soon as tours are back up and running to really get the full feel of the university. And if you live close, you can always drive through and check it out informally. For those that do want to get a more detailed look at campus, check out the chat as we'll be posting a link to our website with detailed tours of the residence halls, academic buildings, and more done by our admissions tour guides. In our next session, faculty from the Colleges of Arts and Science, Business, and Engineering will provide you an overview of their academic programs, as well as the relationships with athletics and our student athletes. Enjoy.
Hi everyone, Professor Adamczyk here from Electrical Engineering in the College of Engineering. I'm also your faculty athletic representative at our institutions.
Hi, my name is Deneen Northrup and I'm a professor of psychology in the College of Arts and Sciences. I'm also a faculty fellow for the women's basketball team.
Hi, this is Professor Northrup. I'm a professor of electrical and computer engineering at Western New England University.
Hi, my name is Josie Brown and I am the Assistant Dean in the College of Arts and Sciences. I'm a professor of English and I'm also the faculty fellow for the women's and men's tennis team.
Hello, future Golden Bears, and welcome to today's Athletic Prospect Program. I'm Dean Walker, the Dean of the College of Business. I'm also fortunate enough to have the role as Athletic Direct Report. So you might consider your ADR to be your special assistant to the president for athletics. So I tell you that because what that means is I work very, very closely with the athletic department. So let me just tell you, in terms of the College of Business, we have a number of majors, and you certainly can be undecided if you haven't discovered your passion in business yet. Everything from business analytics to social media marketing, to sport management, to advertising, to accounting and finance. There's so many wonderful opportunities for students to explore and discover. We offer international travel opportunities. We have analytics certificates that are available. And we work very closely with students to develop internships that will help prepare them for their future. It's also, I think, critical for students to know as they're looking at business schools that we are an AACSB business school. So that puts us within the top 15% of all schools and colleges of businesses internationally. And what that accreditation means is that you will get a quality education from full-time faculty who understand and are researching in your area, and we really focus on student learning and student preparedness.
So just to give you a little bit of background information regarding the College of Engineering, we have 6 degree programs. Those programs are featured in biomedical engineering, electrical engineering, computer engineering, civil, industrial engineering, and mechanical engineering. The first year for all engineering students is the same, so when you come onto campus in the fall, you'll be taking the same level of classes both in engineering, across math and science, as well as the sophomore year.
At Western New England, you can have up to a year and a half to decide what your major is going to be, which is great for the students because not everybody knows what they want to do when they come to school. You have a year and a half to make up your mind between biomedical, civil, computer, electrical, industrial, and mechanical engineering.
I just want to introduce the College of Arts and Sciences to you. We have quite an array of majors. We have everything from criminal justice to computer science, from math to psychology, from communications to biology and chemistry.
In the College of Arts and Sciences, we have a range of majors in our 13 departments that include English, communication, math, criminal justice, and sociology. Our science department offers majors including forensic chemistry, forensic bio, health sciences, and pre-pharmacy.
There's a lot of flexibility in those different opportunities that we have. And so while many of our students will have a major, they will often also have a minor. So that could be within the College of Arts and Sciences or even in the College of Business or some other areas.
And education in the College of Business is very, very practical. It's what we call engaged learning. So you have a lot of opportunities to do as you're learning. And I can guarantee you 100 hours of experience with real businesses while you are taking your courses at Western New England. And they may take place in terms of research, or they may occur in our entrepreneurship center, or they may occur as a class project. There's a whole host of opportunities for students in business to explore here.
In our Intro to Engineering class, faculty are going to be there right with you to help you when things break, help you with your code, help you with your wiring, help you with your testing, help you with your robots, and make sure that you understand what you're doing. When we're in the second semester, you're going to have a SMART project where you're going to be able to invent or improve something and work with a team. At the end of the semester, there's a huge showcase at the Alumni Helpful Living Center where hundreds of students, freshmen and seniors, present their posters and have judges come around from industry to talk to them, and it gives you practice talking to people, practice with interview skills, etc. And it's a great opportunity for you to build on that success. I chose Western New England for one key reason. I wanted to teach. I wanted to be a mentor. I wanted to work with undergraduate students, and I wanted to help them succeed. That, in a nutshell, describes Western New England. Faculty come here because they want to teach. They want to teach undergrads. They want to be involved with undergrads, with their research. They want to help students get internships. They want to help students succeed.
The other thing that we offer is we have a lot of internships that are available in whatever discipline you're interested in. We have independent research that you can do with faculty, where you work one-on-one with faculty members and work on research that they've been working on. And as our students kind of progress in the years as seniors, often they'll be taking on a question of interest that they have specifically, and they're guided more by their faculty as mentors in the process.
And then we also try to structure our curriculum so that we can also have our students go out there and, still be a vital role on their athletic teams. And
our student athletes engage in all of our majors and are well supported by our faculty. We understand that a strength in our community are our student athletes. They are leaders on campus, both on and off the courts. They're leaders in the classroom, and they're also leaders in co-curricular activities on campus.
So in the College of Business, approximately 40% of our students are student athletes. These students are successful both inside the classroom and on the playing field. And they're able to successfully balance both of those challenges because we work closely with your coaches to understand all the various demands that are required of student athletes. We also provide a lot of additional support through peer tutoring and mentoring that can really help you move quite successfully through your academic and athletic careers.
Being a student athlete is a really great opportunity to develop certain skills, things like time management, communication, leadership skills, and frankly, I see these things happening in our student athletes and developing in the classroom as well. So these are transferable skills that help you when you go on and apply for jobs or apply to graduate school. I've also had a lot of experience with our coaches, and frankly, what I appreciate about our coaches is your success is what's very important to them. It's not just your success on the field or in the gym. What's really critical is that, those skills translate into your success in life and your next steps. So they really care, and they are a support system for you, as is your team. And as a faculty fellow, that's also my role to help support.
I can certainly share a story of a student athlete that I know very well, one of my advisees. His name is John Boyle, recently won the NCAA Division III National Championship in wrestling last year. But he's just one of many students and many alumni that I've had over the years that have had a great experience at Western New England, including myself as a 4-year member of the golf team with Coach Down, and also getting an engineering degree. So we certainly are an institution that welcomes the collaboration between engineering and athletics.
Come and see us. And if you are coming to play tennis, I will be at the courts.
So at Western New England, we really do enjoy and appreciate our student athletes. we really like to get to know you both in the classroom and outside the classroom. So it's not surprising if you have some faculty who are showing up to your games or your meets. So it's an opportunity for us to really see you in a different context.
And please know, it's very likely that I'll see you out there on your playing field or on your ice or your court, because so many of our faculty are supportive of our student athletes. And we have this wonderful community, educational community, but also one that we not only foster academic, but personal development. So I hope that I get an opportunity to meet with you or talk with you. And certainly I hope someday to see you out representing our phenomenal Golden Bears.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back. Thank you to everybody that has been putting their questions in the chat. Chris and I will be getting to as many as we can. And remember, during the sport-specific Zoom breakout sessions, you'll have ample opportunity to ask both the coach of the sport you're interested in and potentially student athletes as well, additional questions that you have about the university and athletic programs. I really think what separates us from a lot of institutions is really the great relationship that we have with the faculty and the academic side of campus. You heard a lot from the faculty in that last video, including the Faculty Fellow Program, which was mentioned by Deneen and Dean Walker. And Dean Walker's presented that program at the NCAA convention because of its uniqueness. All 20 of our programs have a faculty member associated with them. It allows so many faculty on campus to really understand and support what our athletics department is all about and assist the department and the student athletes when needed. I'll also echo what Deneen said about our coaches. They are fully invested in your academic success and overall development throughout your 4 years here. In the department highlight earlier, it was mentioned that our student athletes have a cumulative 3.118 GPA. Well, I'm happy to announce that spring semester grades have closed this week, and that cumulative GPA just went up to a 3.180. Our final session, before you get to your sport breakouts, features a number of our Golden Bear alums that will speak about their student athlete experience at Western New England and how the university prepared them for their careers and for life after college.
I chose Western New England because I wanted a small school environment. I wanted to play sports, obviously, so being a nationally ranked top team was something that obviously was appealing. You can tell that they were putting a lot of emphasis into growing and building out different facilities, different programs. When I was there, I didn't even think there was a pharmaceutical program. Now you've got that beautiful building, you've got new locker rooms, you've got all this investment in the future. And so I saw that really before a lot of that even accelerated. And so being a part of something that I knew was going to grow and also set me up for success later on in life.
So my brother actually also went to Western New England. He's 2 years older than me. You can't help but feel a sense of community right when you step on the campus. WNE gave me the opportunity to play both basketball and softball. And it was also close enough where my parents could come and watch me.
I felt very welcome to the community here from the start. When I came on my recruiting trip, I met a lot of people who were very warm and kind to me, more so than other people I've met at other schools.
My relationship with my coach during my recruiting process, she was someone that I immediately gravitated to and trusted.
In my tour group that first walked down the brick path by the gazebo, they had me. I had an immediate feeling that this was home. On top of that, I knew I wanted to be part of the sport management program and play college tennis. It just checked all the boxes off so quickly. My mind was made up, and it's one of the best decisions I ever made.
The relationships that I built as a student athlete at Western New England are unmatched. During my senior year, I was pursuing a degree in secondary education and wanted to make a change and pursue college athletics. My experience as a student athlete was so positive and so strong that I wanted to provide those opportunities for other future student athletes. In addition to earning my degree and playing sports, I was also able to get involved on campus. I served as a member of SAC, which is the Student Athlete Advisory Committee, and I also served as a life skills mentor, which is an opportunity for upperclassmen student athletes to mentor underclassmen student athletes. I also served as an RA on campus, which helped me get involved in student life. You know, finding this balance of academics, sports, and also getting involved in other leadership opportunities was something that was really important to me, and I was able to find all of that at Western New England.
The relationships that I built as a student athlete at Western New England are the best relationships in my life. Some of my closest and best friends came from Western New England, especially my teammates. There's still a handful of us, I call us the starting five, that are exceptionally close.
The thing that I really liked about being a student athlete at Western New England was the fact that it was a really small group of people, and you knew coaches from all the other teams, players from all the other teams, whether it was in the training room, getting treatment, or in the weight room. And so when you were able to go to those different events, it was nice to have more of a personal relationship with players from a lot of different teams.
Choosing Western New England turned out to be the best decision I have ever made. Some of the best memories I have are with my teammates and my coaches, who I now consider lifelong friends. My coaches and members of the athletic department were people that acted as mentors for me throughout my 4 years there. They helped me become a better leader on campus and in the community.
I was fortunate enough to be able to play basketball for 2 years and softball for 4. So naturally, I got to know more coaches and got to know the department, and the players on different teams, whether it was men's or women's, were constantly supporting each other, which also was just really special. It really was just one kind of big athletic family, which is always something that stuck out in my mind right from day one, but steadily through the 4 years.
Many of the things I learned on the field, such as teamwork, dedication, when times get tough, you really need to put in the effort to get through it. All of that carried into the work life, and is especially true during times like this.
On the tennis team, we were growing just like the athletic department was at the time. We had our hearts ripped out 2 years in a row at conference championships before we finally broke through and won it my senior year. Having that kind of resilience as a working professional is absolutely irreplaceable. Do I make mistakes at my job? Yes, everyone does. But the only real failure is not learning anything. You come back stronger, and I got a lot of that from competing here and wearing the blue and gold.
My life at Western New England prepared me for life outside of college by just giving me a solid work ethic. Again, not everything is going to be handed to you in life, and WNE kind of taught me that you need to work for what you want, and hard work is never energy wasted.
You have to learn pretty quickly how to juggle all sorts of different activities. You have training, physical therapy, you've got off-season conditioning, you've got practice in season where you're trying to work around class schedules and things like that. And then you've got the academic side, and of course there's also the personal and social side, which is a big part of college too. So you learn how to prioritize, you learn how to sometimes cram and get things done. And when you get out of college in a business world, there's always too much to do and too little time to do it. So learning how to prioritize from day one and kind of navigate competing priorities and conflicting opportunities is something that was really important, I think.
My Western New England education has afforded me a lot of great opportunities since I left campus in 2016. Actually spent one summer working on campus with the athletic administration office, working to prepare for the upcoming fall. And it was really this internship that helped me find my love for college athletics and my desire to pursue a career in it. I currently work in student athlete development, and I'm always telling our graduating seniors that they have to showcase their work as a student athlete. I have employers who reach out to me looking to hire former student athletes because they know about these transferable skills. Employers want to hire former student athletes, and these transferable skills are invaluable. I use these skills that I developed as a Western New England student athlete every day in my work.
I felt well equipped for my career once I graduated college, and even though I'm surrounded by a lot of people who hold master's and doctorate degrees now, I feel just as competent as anyone else in the room.
The ability to have both a strong Western New England University degree on your resume, as well as the athletics background, has really helped me in my career. Many of the jobs I've had, have looked back to see where I got my degrees from. I moved up quickly in my career because of much of what I learned during my time at Western New England, both on and off the playing field. Having the ACSB accreditation as a business student on my resume was a very positive thing. It's come up a number of times over the years as I've changed career paths. Also, having 2 degrees from the same university, and one of those being an MBA, a lot of times having that second degree is what helped me advance in my career.
The WNE education has meant everything in my professional life. I knew I wanted a career in college athletics within my first year on campus, and they gave me the tools to do it in and out of the classroom. Outside of my sport management coursework, which was always real-world based, I was able to volunteer in the athletic department, get relevant internships, and develop great professional connections. Between coaches, professors, and staff members here, they really guided me well.
I am a high school history teacher. I teach freshman world history. So I'm confident that WNE prepared me for that. The education program was amazing. I was always extremely well advised and well supported. My student teaching was done in Ludlow, Massachusetts, and not only was it an amazing experience, but because of Western New England putting me there, I was able to form connections that actually played a critical role in my current job and getting me my current job. So I will forever be thankful for WNE for that.
As a student, Western New England definitely set me up for success. The small class sizes made it so that I had the opportunity to go and learn and ask more direct questions of professors as one of 15 to 25 in a classroom instead of 100. And looking back on my time, that having a smaller class size, smaller student population, having much closer relationships with whether it's coaches or professors and deans, allowed me to learn how to pursue those and kind of take a more active role in my own education. And that's what you need to do to have success later on in life. You're not just going to know everything right out of the gates. The successful individuals and companies are those that can adapt and learn on the fly, and this is no different. And so those skills that I thought Western New England set me up for translated perfectly once I graduated.
My advice for students looking at schools is to first figure out which schools fit your needs academically and athletically, and then out of those schools, figure out which one you think will best help you grow as a person. Don't just pick a school because it's going to be cheap or easy, but pick a school because you think it will challenge you and prepare you for your life after college. Here is a well-respected education, a strong athletic program, and a community of people who will welcome you and have your back.
One of them is a great education you'll receive. The second is the fantastic coaches and staff at the university. And the third is the excellent student athlete you'll have the opportunity to become.
The saying, once a golden bear, always a golden bear, and that could not be more true. When I look back on my time there, I met some of my best friends there, and I made some of my best memories there. And not just on the court or on the field, but really just in general. You're going to come out of college a smarter person, right? That's just how it works. No matter what college you go to, you're going to come out smarter. But at Western New England, when you leave, you're going to be a better person.
When I was here, the athletic program was basically being rebuilt from scratch. And now 20 years later, you have people running the department who coached here and played here during that time. And you know they're here because this place really matters to them. And what that also means is you will really matter to them. For 20 years, it's been a family here, and that's something you can look forward to being a part of for the next 4 years and beyond.
From a lacrosse standpoint, we were always a top program, so playing for a nationally competitive team was something I was interested in. And we've had phenomenal softball teams, we've had phenomenal baseball teams and soccer teams on the men and women's side, basketball teams, wrestling, All-Americans and national champions. I mean, the athletic side of it alone is enough to draw you in, and there's so much competition, there's so many good teams that being a part of that really small community, I think, is something that is interesting and was exciting. And you have a very close alumni relationship. I have probably 100 people that I can call on at any time and get an answer, because you have that close bond for being a team for 4 years in that tight setting where you're part of a group that takes a lot of pride in winning on the field, takes a lot of pride in winning off the field. And I think the success of both the athletic programs as well as the individuals after they've graduated is a good testament to that.
After my time at Western New England, I landed my dream job working for my favorite baseball team, the New York Mets. I'm so thankful for my time at Western New England, and I can't thank the people enough who helped me along the way. Best of luck with the remainder of your college search, and today, like every day, is a great day to be a Golden Bear.
Welcome back, everyone. As you can see that at Western New England, you really have the ability to succeed in your sport, in the classroom, and also get involved on campus, whether it be SAC, the academic mentoring program, in residence life, and student groups, to name a few. I hope you enjoyed the presentation. I know a lot of you are looking forward to getting to your sport-specific breakouts. At this point, before you go off to those, we'll open it up for any more questions. If there's any questions that we haven't answered, please feel free to put them in the chat box, and Chris and I will answer those. Give you a minute or so if you have any questions that aren't sport specific.
My contact information was up there too. So if anyone wants to email me or call me, you're more than welcome to as well.
Yep. Our athletics website, WNEGoldenBears.com. You can find the staff directory with myself, our athletic director, Matt LaBranch, as well as all the coaches, their email address and phone numbers. Please feel free to reach out to them. But with not seeing any new questions coming up, I want to thank you all for attending this portion of the day. And I hope you enjoyed learning more about our university, our academic programs, and I hope you enjoy learning more about the athletic programs that you're interested in. If you have your Zoom link from the email that was sent to you before the event, you can start to head over, and coaches should be ready for you in those Zoom breakout meetings. If any of you have lost that link or need the Zoom link, you can head over to WNEGoldenBears.com. And on the main page of our athletics website, we've posted a news story with links to all of the breakout sessions. I want to thank you again for attending, and go Bears.